What's up, basketball world? Matt here, the basketball neuro coach. In this video, I'm going to show you a couple great exercises for ankle injury prevention and rehabilitation. Stay tuned. In the first video of this three-part ankle series, I was talking about receptors in the bottom of your foot that provide information from the foot to the brain. Now, in order for that information to get to the brain, the information will travel via so-called peripheral nerves. So the receptors take in information from the bottom of your foot, and the information has to get to the brain then via the peripheral nerves. And the next step would be the spinal cord and so forth, all the way up to your brain. I want to talk about these peripheral nerves, especially two of them, because most ankle injuries, especially in basketball, will happen to the lateral part, which is the outside part here, which means that the foot is going this way, or if you're taking a step, you're falling out this way. So about 90% of all the ankle injuries in basketball happen to the outside part. And there are two nerves that play a huge role in ankle stability via that nerve. And whether you're prehabbing or rehabbing an ankle injury, those two nerves play a major role in ankle stability. Now, in terms of nerves, you can think of them as a cable through which information travels. And the first one that I'm going to talk about, especially if you have pain on the outside part of your foot or the lower part of your ankles, is what's called a common fibular nerve. And we're going to put this nerve under some tension. Or if you're in acute pain and you just had an ankle injury to the outside part of your foot, then we'll go with what's called like a sliding motion and some low-grade mobilization of that nerve, which looks like this. So you want to do this in a seated position. Sit up straight. Your knee is straight on the side that you injured your ankle. So if you have a right foot ankle injury, the right leg is the one that's being worked. So straighten the knee. Sit up straight, and the first thing you want to do is what's called like a plantar flexion, which is like if you were pressing on a pedal. So push forward, and then what's called an inversion. So you bring the foot inward. Hold that position, and if you sit up straight, and if you're in acute pain, this might already give you a big time sensation. So in terms of intensity, you want to be at about a 3 or a 4 out of 10. So 10 being the maximum pain. As you can imagine, it should be only a 3 or a 4. So very slightly press the foot forward and in, and hold it where, in your opinion, it's a 3 out of 10. Now from there, hold that position and have a straight back and bend from your hips slightly forward until you feel maximum stretch, or not maximum stretch, but until you feel that 3 out of 10 sensation. Then hold it there and then flex the spine a little bit forward and the head. Again, just a 3 or 4 out of 10 intensity. Now, once you found your position, stay in that position, and if you're in acute pain, try to move your foot so you bring it back straight and back in. So you're trying to move and thread that peripheral nerve through the ankle on your foot. Do this a few times so the tension should go away as you bring the foot straight ahead, and it should increase once you bring the foot back in. Do this five or 6 times, and then slowly come back out of it and loosen up and just see how you feel. If you are in acute pain and the nerve is playing a big role in that, you should feel some kind of difference, mainly, of course, feeling a little bit better. And if it doesn't make any difference, try the next nerve stretching exercise that I'm about to show you. Now, the next one's what's called the Sural nerve. Again, we're talking about the outside of your ankle if you've had an injury there, or you want to prevent injuries, but you're not feeling very stable in your ankles. Try this tensioning sequence. So again, you want to sit up straight, straighten the knee. This time, you're not pressing your foot forward, but you're what's called a dorsiflexion. You bring the foot towards the knee, hold it there, and then bring it inward. So you should feel the stretch around the outside part of your ankle. Sit up straight and slowly bend at the hip. Then round your back a little bit, bring your head down. Again, everything you should feel, the sensation should be at about a 3 or 4 out of 10 intensity. And once you're there, try to bring your foot in a neutral position and back in. So you're mobilizing that nerve, you're bringing it under tension, and you're taking the tension away a little bit. Do this 5 or 6 times. It shouldn't hurt. It shouldn't be like you have to really endure some kind of pain. It should be, like I said, a 3 or 4 out of 10 intensity out of 10. Okay, mobilize a little bit, then come out of it. And again, in the first video with the receptors, I was doing a before-after test in terms of stability. You can do that as well with the nerve stretching, or if you're in acute pain, you automatically might feel a difference between, before the nerve stretch and after. And but you can do some basketball moves, some crossovers. You can do some defense slides, or a balance exercise like in the first video. That's up to you. But in terms of rehabbing and you're in pain, you should feel a difference in terms of just moving around or just sitting and grading the pain on a scale from 0 to 10, before and after. Now this was a rather short video, but it's definitely worth trying those nerve gliding sequences, especially if you're in pain and especially if you have recurring ankle sprains. So if you had a number of injuries, especially on the same ankle, it could be very well the case that those nerves play a major role in rehabbing those ankles. And if those drills made a difference, let me know in the comment section. And if that video was helpful to you, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next video.